Hello students, today we will discuss the new topic, that is inverse trigonometric function. Firstly, chapter number 2, this is chapter number 2, inverse trigonometric function. Inverse trigonometric function. Inverse trigonometric function. Firstly, what is inverse trigonometric function? The trigonometric function in which is invertible function. You can say the trigonometric function which is invertible function. And invertible function, the function which is 1 as well as onto. Invertible function. Invertible function mean the function which is 1 and onto both, or you can say it is bijective function. If the function is bijective, then that is also called invertible function. Now we want to check the trigonometric function is invertible or not. For example, f of x is equal to sin x. F of x is equal to sin x. When you put here, that is pi by 3, the sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. When you put 2 pi by 3, sin 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 means 120 degree. And 120 degree value you know, sin 180 minus 60. And it is the case of 180. Therefore, trigonometric ratios not change. Sin 60, and you know that 180 minus theta lies in second quadrant, and in second quadrant sin and cos are positive, and the value of sin 60 root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Clear? Now you see that two different values have the same image. Two different values have the same image. When you put pi by 3, the result is root 3 by 2. When you put 2 pi by 3, the same result. Two different element have the same image. Two different element have the same image. Therefore, function is not 1 Therefore, function is not 1 If function is not 1 how can you say that it is invertible function? It is many one function. You can say many one function. It is many one function. You can say it is not 1 not 1 If the function is not 1 then it is not invertible. Now with the help of graph, you will understand properly. Now we have to draw the graph of sin x. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. And the graph of sin, graph of sin this is 0 and this is pi by 2 and this point is pi and this point is 2 pi and this is 3 pi by 2 and this is called minus pi by 2, this is minus pi and minus 2 pi, correct? When you put pi by 3 the value is root 3 by 2, when you put 2 pi by 3 the value is root 3 by 2. It means that function is manual, but we want to divide the whole interval into many parts. For example, pi by 2 to pi by 2. If we take this interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, in this interval the function is 1 1. In this interval the function is 1 1. It means 1 means every element of domain has unique image in the codomain. Every element of the domain has unique image in the codomain. So therefore you can say the function f of x, is invertible in this interval. Then you can say this is called principal value branch. This is called principal value branch, right? Or you can say principal branch, right? This is called principal branch. Clear? Similarly, you can find other branch also. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. When you find other branch, the other branch is pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. It means only add pi. When you add pi in this, so 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. Clear? Similarly here, that is you add here minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Similarly, you can find other branch also. Sometime in the board questions asked, write one branch of sine inverse x other than main branch. So your answer pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. Clear? So in these interval you can say the function sin x is invertible. Clear? Sin x is invertible. Now next, you know that f of x is equal to sin x. In place of f of x you can write y. Clear? Therefore you can say x is equal to sin inverse y. X is equal to sin inverse y. So one property, sin inverse of sin x, that is equal to x. Sin inverse of sin x is equal to x. Cos inverse of cos x, that is also x. Tan inverse of tan x, that is also equal to x. The property is valid for all 60 ratios. Cosec inverse of cosec x, that is also x. Sec inverse of sec x, that is also x. Cot inverse of cot x, that is also x. Right? You can write in both the ways, or you can write sine of sine inverse x is equal to x. Sine of sine inverse x is equal to x. Same property here, all, it is valid for all. Now can you tell me sine inverse x? Can you write sine x whole to the power minus 1? Can you write? Yes. Can you write this? It is true or false? This is true or false? It is not true because we read this function as sine inverse x. Sine inverse x, not we read sine to the power minus 1x. So therefore, the meaning of right hand side is sine inverse whole to the power x. Here minus 1 is the exponent. Minus 1 is the exponent. So therefore, we can't write like this. Clear? Then next, cos inverse x. The principal branch of cos inverse x, that is 0 to pi. 0 to pi. And if you want to calculate other value of branch, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi, like this, add pi, pi to 2 pi, 2 pi to 3 pi. Similarly, in the left hand side, minus pi to 0, minus pi to 0, and sec inverse x, cos inverse x, cot inverse x, that is 0 to pi. Clear? Tan inverse x, that is open interval, minus pi by 2, and cosec inverse x, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, except 0, and in sec 0 to pi, except pi by 2. So these are the range of inverse trigonometric function. Clear? Suppose you want to find the other principal branch of this. Add pi here and here also. Add pi. 0 to pi to 2 pi, except 3 pi by 2. Except 3 pi by 2. Suppose you want to calculate other principal value of branch, that is pi to 2 pi. Similarly, 2 pi to 3 pi, like this. Right? You can solve. Here we use open bracket. Why? Because you know that tan 90 is not defined. Tan 90 is not defined. In this interval 0 to pi, except pi by 2. Why? Why except pi by 2? Because you know that sec 90 is not defined. Sec 90 not defined. Here also minus, when you add here, that is, it becomes the pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. And the other branch of this cosec inverse x, that is pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, except pi. Okay, right? And domain already you know, the domain of sine and cos inverse x, domain of, also learn domain of sine and cos inverse x, domain of sine inverse x minus 1 to 1, minus 1 to 1. Yeah. You can learn also domain, correct? Domain of sine inverse x, domain of cos inverse x, domain of tan inverse x, everything, great. Now we start some question. Find the principal value of, question number 1, find the principal value of cos inverse minus 1 by root 2. You know that 1 by, in the place of 1 by 2 you can write cos pi by 4, cos pi by 4, and cos is negative in the second quadrant, therefore you can write here cos pi minus pi by 4, cos pi minus pi by 4, correct? And cos inverse, the pi minus pi by 4 mean 3 pi by 4. So according to the property, this is equal to 3 pi by 4. And 3 pi by 4 belongs to the range or not? The range of cos inverse x 0 to pi. So therefore you can say principal value of cos inverse minus 1 by root 2 is equal to 3 pi by 4. This is the answer of question number 1. Clear? Or you can solve like this. Cos inverse of minus x, formula, you know, pi minus cos inverse x. With the help of formula you can solve also this question. Cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2 is equal to pi minus cos inverse 1 by root 2. Pi minus cos inverse 1 by root 2, in place of 1 by root 2 you can write cos 45, and when you simplify it becomes pi by 4, and pi minus pi by 4, that is 3 pi by 4. This is answer. Clear? Now can you solve second question? Tan inverse root 3 minus sec inverse minus 2. Try to solve this question. Tan inverse in the form of root 3, you can, in place of root 3 you can write tan pi by 3, tan 60. On here apply formula pi minus sec inverse x. You know that formula, sec inverse minus x, that is also pi minus sec inverse x. So when you simplify it become pi by 3 minus open bracket plus sec inverse 2. In place of 2 you can write sec 60. It means pi by 3. So pi by 3 minus pi plus pi by 3. So pi by 3 plus pi by 3, that is 2 pi by 3 minus pi. When you simplify, the answer is minus pi by 3. Therefore you can say the answer of this question is minus pi by 3. Yeah. This is the solution of question number 2. Yeah. So this is the basic of chapter second. Therefore, you have to revise all the questions of the related exercise and try to solve all the question and learn all the properties. Learn all the properties because this chapter also related to the chapter 5th. So don't skip any questions from this chapter. Yeah, and try to solve complete this chapter. Thank you.